So we just got back. Baby is sleeping in the back seat, so I'm gonna try and make a quick video real quick just to update everybody. We've had a lot of questions about what we bought, where we're living, what we're using for a power source, and what's next. I'm gonna try and answer some of those questions really quick. So what did we buy? We bought 73 acres out in West Virginia. There's a bottom, about half acre maybe, that's down a long driveway near the road, and that has a home on it. We're using that as a rental property. There are renters in there. We're keeping them in there. It provides us with residual income, and we are staying up top of the hill on the remaining property, which is about 13 acres of pasture surrounded by about 60 acres of woodlands. We kind of found the unicorn property that we had been looking for years now. We wanted mountain views with already developed pasture and woodlands, which you're not really going to find in the mountains that is relatively flat to rolling, and we somehow found it. So we were really excited. We jumped on it as soon as we found it, and it worked out at a good time. We had already paid off all of our debt. We had a lot of experience with raising a couple of different types of livestock, so we felt comfortable with that, butchering animals and preserving food. So it all worked out and came together at a good time for us. So what are we living in, and why are we not living in the house that's on our property? We knew going into this that we were going to need the land to pull us through a lot of the crazy times, the challenges and the struggles, and the land was going to give us inspiration and just feed our motivation, and we found that here. We knew that we needed to be able to wake up and walk out the door, and even if our body was aching, all the long days before, everything would just be washed away and it would carry us through. So where is that motivation? It is on top of the property, out where the pasture is. So that is where we are at. We are living in a 30-foot RV. It has a slide out, a bunk room, bathroom, small kitchen, like dinette, couch area, and then there's a bedroom for Josh and I. So it's small. It's really small. Our power source is generators. Currently we have one generator running in the barn temporarily to keep our freezers going, with the meat that we had raised on our previous property, and we have another generator that is running the RV. We also use propane and a grill for cooking out. That just seems to be what's easiest. We're going to be transitioning into solar. We want to stay off-grid. We don't want to be tied into any sort of utilities, no city water, no electric company. Really our only utility, or what I consider utility at this point, is cell service. We don't have a landline, so we need cell service and then internet. So what is next? Next for us is going to be getting well and septic installed. Septic, depending on weather, we've had tons of rain and it looks like it's going to continue raining for the next several days here. Septic will be installed hopefully around Memorial Day, maybe that week shortly after. It all depends on the rain, but we're scheduled to do that as soon as the weather clears up. Well is going to follow that. Again, that is dependent upon weather, but they're telling us that they're going to have it in the next like 3 to 4 weeks. So that is going to be huge for us. It is going to make life a heck of a lot easier than hauling water up here, draining tanks and whatnot, which is what we're currently doing. So that'll be really nice. We're really looking forward to that. We're also planning on building a small like extension, I guess you could call it, off of the front of the camper. We're not tiny home people. I think it's awesome. It's just not for us. It's not what we're trying to do. We want to be able to have a place to put our freezers in, have a full-size fridge, have a washer and a dryer, that sort of thing. So we're going to, once well and septic are put in, we're going to move our camper back to where the house site is actually going to be at, build the small extension off the front so we can add all of those things in there, and that'll also make life a lot easier. We are not going to begin cutting down logs from our property until early December. The logs for the log home build need to be harvested in early winter, when the temperatures are cool enough so that the sap levels are low, and it allows the logs to dry at a slower rate. That will help prevent cracking and whatnot in the logs. So that is put off. So early winter for that. We're going to be working with an architect on the design of the home to make sure that everything is done correctly. It's, you know, we're working with the county, pulling permits, having inspections done, the whole nine, so everything is done legitimately and goes the way that we want it to. As much of the work that can be done ourselves, we want to do ourselves. We came out here, we're not doing a log home kit. We want the experience of doing this, what many people would say the hard way, but we think it's the fun way and the neat way to, you know, have this experience. We're gonna learn so much. We know that, you know, we're gonna make tons of mistakes, and it's gonna be completely challenging a lot of the time, but you know, this is what we've been dreaming of and what we've set out to do. So anything that we can't do or we're not comfortable doing ourselves, such as, you know, of course, like well and septic, or anything that the county won't let us do ourselves, we will contract out. But as much as we can do ourselves, we want to do ourselves, and we want to continue to do it by paying with everything for cash along the way. The machines that we need, the infrastructure for the farm, everything for the home build, the well, the septic, the materials, anything that needs to be done. We want to end up debt free at the end. We paid off our debt going into this, and it's just our goal to stay that way. So that's what's next. I'm going to make another video soon when I have time. It's been just kind of crazy, just trying to get settled in. It has been a wild ride, and then, you know, with the baby, it's not that easy to get these videos done, but I'm gonna hopefully get another video that shows the camper, gives a little tour of like what's going on and how we're making it work, and what it's like living in such a small place with the kids and the dog and the cat and then all the animals outside. So thank you guys for your support.